Hi, I'm Barbara from Cha-Cha or Tango Tarot Reading, and this is just a little polite and courtesy address to all the people that have subscribed to my channel, and not only that, all the other tarot readers that I have been seeing. Of course, I don't have time to see you all, but being Leo, I do occasionally go through and see who's doing Leo readings, and of course I can't possibly check them all, but just hit and miss here, and so anyway, that being said, my gratitude, my thanks. I have been on this journey for a lot of years. I'm one of the older people. I started out in the 70s. It was mainly just a kid joining military, and then of course we saw war, as you know, but then it kind of branched into other things because I have had many gifts in the spirit realm since I was a child. Not even able to speak, but I was aware of them, and but so it required a lot of adjusting and finding. And thank God I had wonderful people around me in my life that helped me to kind of contain it and know about it. But then I was just very accidentally, my gifts were discovered as I was serving in my young years, and so it kind of branched off with that into some other aspects, which I'm not, which involved research and discovery and guinea pig. But I don't tell you that as both bolstering or bragging, because I will tell you it was a excuse me, it was a long journey, and it was a hard journey, and I stayed with it for all my life. It has been a good pilgrimage, I can tell you. And when I think back on the many different times that my gifts have helped me in a lot of other areas, even working in some law enforcement along the way, I am just so amazed at how far the technology has come, because we did not have ways of doing readings and spiritual advisement, clairvoyant, any way that you want to address it or call it. We didn't have, of course, cell phones to carry with us or to be out in texting or people call. We had answering machines on our landline phones, and also we didn't have the computer technology that anyone has now. So it was have a little office space where you could actually have your clients book appointments and come see you. Or if you wanted to actually book someplace and go for doing a group of people one at a time. I'm telling you that I will. I'm going to do some vlogs and kind of tell you a little bit about it later as I go. I did want to take, but let me back up a minute because I want to finish that. But I do want to say that also I am amazed at being, one of the older people from coming back so far at seeing the many new tarot readers. And then, of course, there are clairvoyants, and there are the empaths, and there are Heyoka, which is part of, it's one of my gifts. And it's just so enlightening, and my heart feels good to see how you new generation are just picking up and going with it. And the ones, of course, that are still kind of having to read their books as they go, heartfelt to you, because I know that you want to so bad. Don't be in such a hurry for your spiritual gifts to just really be out there and bounding. It takes time. It takes years for it to just kind of develop and grow on you, and you to learn the right way to meld, harness, give off, receive back. And you have to learn these things because you have to protect yourself as far as is your spirituality, and not giving away all your energy and not being able to recover and pull it back. I've had many of those times in my life, but I did want to say that I have seen so many wonderful ones, and I as one of the older people, am just so pleased at how you're presenting yourself. So I don't want to mention any names because there are several that I really would like to, and I just don't want anyone that I didn't mention to think that I don't think that you're absolutely wonderful too. And then I want to take a moment because, like most all people that have channels with YouTube, I received a very nice thank you from YouTube for staying, patient and continuing to work, and during the the trial period that was it was so bad for them. And so I thought, really, I want to say thank you, and I'm sure that everyone else does too. Say thank you to YouTube because of the service that is provided, and how grateful I am, and I know everyone is, that it is there for us to have and be able to use this media as providing service for things that are very dear to us, that we really truly feel and express ourselves, and so many other people express. But yes, just think where we would be if we didn't have this. And many people truly don't know. But yes, to YouTube for the nice thank you for the channel holders. I truly do thank you, and for all the advice that you offer anyone that is having difficulty in. And I'll tell you what, me being one of the older people and learning a lot of the different technology, you certainly have been in my corner. So that's my thank you to you. Okay, and I did want to say, especially to my subscribers or anyone that looks in on me, that I do get quite spiritual, and so it is just a natural for me, and my method may be just a little bit different, but it is what comes from me and inside, and it is truly what I'm given, and the way that I'm given. And it may come differently at different times. But with that being said, and we mentioning me being spiritual, and I do mention it quite a bit during my readings. Um, uh, it isn't to teach anyone that is the way to do it, or the way that I believe, or the way that I feel, because I don't. I just naturally project it. Spiritualism really, just take it as you will in your belief, because uh, like I said, it's taken me a lifetime to get where I'm at with my spirituality, and constant growth, constant weeding out and realization, and just finding myself. It's been a long process. In spirit or belief, it comes down to really whatever you love. Your heart is the way, okay? And it's not really about someone trying to give you a choice. It is per se. It's discovering our own truth. So I I just felt enlightened today. Met two granddaughters for early as they were passing through for lunch, and early lunch at that. and and we had a little discussion about this, and I said, yeah, I'm going to run with it. And so I mean, like my delivery to you, and and I said to one of them today, and it is so true, you can only love someone to the degree that you know them. And so take some time and know uh, a lot of things are out there, media and meeting and not really knowing anyone. So I just wish everyone love, peace, and happiness. And and in my spirituality, in my way of thinking, and in the way I feel, which comes into my delivery to people, and even when I'm out and about. My favorite scientist is Nikola Tesla. Great scientist, as everyone knows. But if you will, really take a look and study or research him, you will find that he was a very spiritual man, and all of his discoveries were based on him searching things that and involve his works involved spiritual input. He was always expanding spiritually in his discoveries, and we benefited so greatly from that scientifically. And I think my favorite professor, other than those that taught me when I was working toward professorhood, my favorite professor was Professor Nash. And, he was portrayed in the movie A Beautiful Mind. Many times, true portrayals can't be believed. So it had to be portrayed in a way that, the truth of it could be out. He wasn't a lunatic, and he wasn't nuts, okay? And I have many of my personal friends that over the years that are professors of philosophy and studied astronomy and are astrologists. And but I have to say, and I will mention this, that comes on because it comes on YouTube. I do like Timothy with Rasa Leela Healing, because every time I talk to one of my astrology friends, and then I get a little bit of input, and then I will see Timothy come on, and he confirms everything that they say. He's an astrologist, and he explains it, and he incorporates so much humanity, kindness, and spirituality in the way that he brings it about and explains it, and brings very good information in astrology, which is my opinion. So, but I don't want to repeat the things that he says. You just need to hear it and check it out and hear it for yourself, because I don't want to put words in his mouth or extra words in his mouth. I do know that Aries is in the moon node, which puts Aries in the sun sign right now, and but it will be moving. They will be moving. That's what other astrologists have told me. In this weekend, things start to shift a little bit, and the moon nodes and Neptune nodes are moving in such a position that it brings Leo into the sun position. And well, I can't explain the astrology quite as well, because after all, I get a little bit real spiritual into things, so I leave that to the experts. But yes, in 2 weeks, I understand, like 2 weeks, the Leo astrology will be, I said astrology, I mean zodiac, will be in the sun sign position, giving the Leo. Now, when I say Leo, I don't mean a person in particular, okay? The Leo zodiac, which, if you're born under Leo, of course, it means a great deal, and I was. It brings us into a position of being, the sun is ruling, okay? And when the sun is ruling, everything is in, all the zodiacs are really into, but the Leo zodiac in particular, and it brings mastering and defining of us all, and discovering the discovery of our own spiritual journey is what they tell me, and the collectiveness of our nature and the nature of our souls, and discovering what we're all about and who we're all about. And of course, the Leo and Aquarius are being in the axis that we have been, like, for 1,000 years, and probably will stay that way for another 1,500 years. But we are in, especially when the sun starts to rule, okay, which it is, and in the Leo zodiac, we are just going to be expanding, of course, and you know that Aquarius is the one that gives us the the thinking and the, the all of the getting our facts and everything together and aligned, and of course then we have the Leo that's encouraging the spiritual growth, the inner self, the learning, and the principle, the everything that just makes us the strong inner person that we are start coming out. It's a most wonderful time for everyone, every zodiac sign. And we are all right now in it's like being in a great opera symphony together. And it's just been, it has been a great journey so far. And I just can't wait to see what is transpiring for everyone in this new age. And I just want to say thank you so very much for tuning into my channel, for listening to this, and I hope that I have been somewhat enlightening for you, but mainly I just wanted to say thank you and express that I am in such a brother, sister mode of my life. And it's taken a long time for my life to come around, but I've been this way for many years. I do a lot of missionary work. I'm very compassionate with the underprivileged and natural disasters and everything. I write, I paint. Everything that I do, I try to do for including and bringing other people into, so that they can have some growth, some comfort, things. I do it out of my own pocket. I know I'm not rich. Sometimes I'm pinching pennies to get by, but it enlightens my heart, and it gives me a happy thought that my soul will expand and do some good, even when I'm no longer in a body. And perhaps I will be received well. I thank you so very much. My name is Barbara, and I am Cha-Cha or Tango Tarot Reader, and I inject a lot of humor, and I do appreciate you being with me. Have a wonderful day, night, whenever you choose to see this. Many blessings.